that make sense?
Well,
Yeah.
I'd probably say in your 40s, you get hit with a lot of things that you didn't think you would ever face. It's something called PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome, and the good part about that is I was able to reproduce. I have
Hmm.
two adult sons, and for some women
Yay.
that have PCOS, they have problems with reproducing, so they have
Hmm.
infertility issues.
Yes.
But the other part of it is sometimes you get extra hair that you don't where you don't want hair. The
Yeah.
plucking,
Facial
yeah.
hair.
You get acne. You have an insensitivity to gluten and glucose or whatever. I think it's so it's like you can be borderline diabetic,
Mm.
gain weight easily. You have a fluctuation, and so now I have a different respect and admiration for women that I see, especially for women who have like you've seen them. You've seen the women that have like the facial hair and weight gain, and
Hmm.
I can kind of recognize them now because I've
Mm.
done so much research, but it's definitely something that's it's a life changing. I don't know. I wouldn't want to call it a disease. I mean, yes, it's categorized as a disease, but yeah, it definitely affects. So I always tell people stop judging. I know a
Right.
lot of times when we see women who are heavier, or even men, the first thing that comes to our mind is they can't stay away from the table, and
Right. Can't put down the
usually.
fork. All the things.
Right, yeah, and then usually that's the farthest thing because even if you have people who know medical, if you even have a thyroid issue, you can eat like a bird, but
Right.
still be very heavy
Right.
because the way
Blow
your
up.
metabolism works. So I've been thinking, I've lost weight. I go up and down. Generally,
Mm.
if I stay away from everything that I love, your
I
bread, your
know.
sugars, and basically be on a really low calorie, low carb, the weight starts coming off. But it's very hard, especially around the holidays. I'm
It's
human. I
hard.
mean,
It's
and
boring.
and you're like, I want to eat, and then it's so, I've been weighing all these new options now, and it's like I'm at a crossroads. Say, girl, you did it before. Do you need a shot? Do you need pills? So I started, my Weight Watchers journey. I crashed out last 2 weeks ago, so I gotta go. I get back on track. These holiday parties are killing me.
Listen, I don't think
And
it's.
but
I
I'm
think
just
we should
saying,
have like a moratorium on diets during because it's just not fair. Like everybody is doing the yams and the sweet potato put pie and
yeah,
then
I think that's what happened. It's like a shark, right? It's like once the shark tastes blood again, it's like I don't care how long it's been. So once I went down that narrow path of eating that macaroni and cheese and dressing
and the gravies and all the
and
things.
the
You like
chocolate, it just
y'all gonna
woke
have
up
to holler at your
something.
girl. I
And
don't
I
mean
mean,
to
I was
be
doing good. I was really doing so. I gotta go. I gotta get back on track because I know I can. And at the end of the day, and I know a lot of it again is physical because sometimes the way your body is set up, like how you can eat bread, I can eat bread, and you might lose 10 pounds, and I'm gonna gain 10. So
right.
metabolically we're all different. However, I know a lot of it is a mindset, right? It's
Yeah.
it's that willpower because people can get altered and still end up gaining the weight back because that voice is in their head like, girl, you're really not hungry. Why
Right.
you
Right.
why do you want that chocolate? Right?
You don't need
Get
it.
a
You don't
You
want
don't
it.
need it. Get a bottle of water, right?
Hmm.
And drink it and mind your business. So you know I tell all women, especially, and this is why, and I never knew why they said this until now. So any diet that you go to, a lot of times they'll say check with your physician first,
Yeah.
and it's usually because if you have underlying situations that go on, your weight loss and someone else's weight loss may not be the same. For
Mm.
example, everybody was on the keto. Keto was a big thing. Keto
It
is
was
still,
hot.
the
It's still
keto.
popping.
I mean, keto to me, keto is a different version of the Atkins diet. If anybody knows, back in the day, the Atkins diet was a low carb diet. Keto is a little more. However, if you go and you get your blood work checked, and let's just say you have issues that you shouldn't be eating red meat, or you shouldn't, or you have a chicken allergy, or it could be a lot of things in your
Right.
blood will tell you, and you go on keto, you're going to end up doing yourself more damage
Right.
because
Right.
the way that you're designed is a keto diet is not for you. You may need
Right.
to do the Mediterranean diet. So I always tell people, before we go on that track of we got to do this and we got to do that, make sure that diet is for